The Pacific Ocean covers nearly 1/3 of our planet. Beneath these endless seas lives a hidden world of giants. As the morning light spreads across the Pacific Ocean, something enormous moves beneath the sea. The Pacific Ocean often hides its largest inhabitants from view. But this morning, the ocean is about to reveal one of its greatest secrets. A giant is rising through the Pacific Ocean. The blue whale is the largest animal ever known to live within Earth's oceans. For months, this giant has traveled across the Pacific Ocean, following ancient migration routes. Now the giant finally reaches the surface of the Pacific Ocean. Every movement of this whale reshapes the sea around it. And this is only the beginning of our journey through the world of Pacific Ocean giants. With a single breath, the giant begins another chapter of its endless journey across the Pacific Ocean. Every day, the Pacific Ocean carries this giant across vast distances in search of food. Though enormous in size, the blue whale survives on some of the smallest creatures in the Pacific Ocean. Ocean currents have gathered billions of krill into a living cloud beneath the Pacific waves. The giant senses an opportunity hidden within the ocean. One feeding lunge can capture millions of tiny creatures from the Pacific Ocean. Nature has transformed the largest animal on Earth into a highly efficient ocean filter. The Pacific Ocean provides enough life to sustain even a creature of such unimaginable size. After feeding, the giant returns toward the surface of the Pacific Ocean. And in the vast Pacific Ocean, this giant is not alone. Far ahead, another traveler appears. Across the Pacific Ocean, these giants rarely travel together for long, making this encounter especially remarkable. For a brief moment, the ocean unites two of the largest animals ever known. From above, their scale becomes almost impossible to comprehend within the vast Pacific Ocean. Soon, the giants separate, each following its own ancient path through the ocean. Beneath the Pacific Ocean's surface lies a world where giants can disappear within moments. As the whale descends deeper into the ocean, light begins to fade. Even in the vast Pacific Ocean, few creatures remain unaware of a giant's approach. Across the ocean, sounds travel farther than anywhere else on Earth. Somewhere beyond the horizon, another giant hears the message carried through the Pacific Ocean. But the Pacific Ocean holds more than blue whales. Ahead, a new giant is about to emerge from the sea. The Pacific Ocean is never still. Beyond the path of the blue whale, another giant is revealing its presence.
Unlike the silent blue whale, this giant announces itself through spectacular displays above the ocean.
A humpback whale bursts from the Pacific Ocean, transforming the calm sea into a moment of pure power. Weighing dozens of tons, the giant rises completely from the ocean before gravity pulls it back toward the sea. The impact echoes across the Pacific Ocean, sending waves in every direction. For the humpback whale, these dramatic displays are part of life within the ocean. Unlike the solitary blue whale, humpbacks often gather and communicate throughout their ocean migrations. Beneath the Pacific Ocean waves, the giants remain connected through sound. The songs of humpback whales can travel vast distances across the Pacific Ocean. As more giants appear within the Pacific Ocean, a remarkable gathering is beginning to unfold beneath the sea. Across this region of the Pacific Ocean, more humpback whales are arriving from distant seas. The gathering is no accident. The Pacific Ocean has brought these giants together for a shared purpose. Beneath the Pacific Ocean's surface, cooperation transforms the hunt. Together, the giants build a living net within the ocean, using nothing but bubbles. The herring instinctively avoid the curtain of bubbles, unknowingly swimming deeper into the trap. In a synchronized movement, the giants surge upward through the Pacific Ocean. Few hunting strategies in the ocean are as spectacular as the humpback whale's bubble net feast. With the hunt complete, the Pacific Ocean begins to grow quiet once again. The giants return to the depths, leaving only ripples upon the Pacific Ocean. But another giant waits beyond the horizon. In the next chapter of our Pacific Ocean journey, an even larger mystery begins to emerge from the sea. As the humpback whales disappear into the Pacific Ocean, another giant continues its silent journey beneath the sea. Unlike the whales we have followed, this giant belongs to a very different lineage within the Pacific Ocean. Emerging from the depths of the Pacific Ocean is the largest fish on Earth. The whale shark is a gentle giant, capable of reaching extraordinary lengths within the Pacific Ocean. Despite its enormous size, the whale shark feeds on some of the smallest life forms found in the ocean. Seasonal ocean currents transform parts of the Pacific Ocean into feeding grounds rich with plankton. The giant filters vast quantities of ocean water while collecting microscopic food. In certain regions of the Pacific Ocean, dozens of whale sharks gather where food becomes abundant. For a brief season, the Pacific Ocean becomes home to one of the largest gatherings of giant fish on Earth. As daylight fades across the Pacific Ocean, another giant begins to rise from the sea, continuing our descent into a world of ocean titans. As the whale sharks descend into the Pacific Ocean, another giant begins its ascent from the deeper sea. The Pacific Ocean is home to creatures so large that they seem to emerge from another world. Unlike the whale shark, this giant is built for graceful flight through the ocean. The giant manta ray is one of the most elegant giants found within the Pacific Ocean. Its movements transform the ocean into an underwater sky. Throughout the Pacific Ocean, manta rays visit special locations where smaller fish remove parasites from their skin. The relationship benefits both species within the complex ocean ecosystem. As daylight fades across the Pacific Ocean, more giants gather beneath the sea. The Pacific Ocean provides an evening feast as plankton rises closer to the sea surface. But as night arrives over the Pacific Ocean, an even larger giant waits in the darkness beneath the sea. As darkness settles over the Pacific Ocean, another giant begins its silent patrol beneath the sea. Far below the ocean's surface, visibility fades, but the giant continues forward. This is one of the ocean's most powerful predators. The tiger shark is among the most adaptable hunters in the Pacific Ocean. Night transforms the Pacific Ocean into a hunting ground. Every movement within the ocean may reveal an opportunity for survival. A sudden burst of speed breaks the silence of the Pacific Ocean. Within seconds, the ocean returns to stillness. Yet even this hunter is only one part of the Pacific Ocean's nighttime world. Ahead in the darkness of the Pacific Ocean, a gathering of even greater predators is beginning beneath the sea. Far beneath the Pacific Ocean, the darkness conceals a gathering of extraordinary hunters. In the deepest layers of the Pacific Ocean, light itself becomes rare. The giants move together with remarkable coordination. These are killer whales, among the most intelligent predators in the Pacific Ocean. Unlike many ocean hunters, killer whales rely on teamwork. Across the Pacific Ocean, their voices carry through the sea, guiding every movement.
The Pacific Ocean offers countless opportunities, but success depends on cooperation. The giants have identified movement ahead within the ocean.
Within moments, the calm Pacific Ocean transforms into a scene of coordinated pursuit. But this hunt is only the beginning. Deeper within the Pacific Ocean, another mystery is waiting beyond the reach of moonlight. As the hunt ends, the giants vanish once again into the vast Pacific Ocean. Beyond the reach of sunlight, the Pacific Ocean enters a realm ruled by darkness. Here in the deep Pacific Ocean, living light becomes the language of survival. Every night, countless creatures rise through the ocean in one of Earth's largest migrations. Billions of small fish travel upward through the Pacific Ocean under the cover of darkness. The ocean suddenly becomes crowded with life. And where life gathers in the Pacific Ocean, larger hunters are never far away. From the darkness emerges one of the Pacific Ocean's fastest giants. In the deep Pacific Ocean, speed becomes the ultimate weapon. The night journey continues. In Part 3, we descend even deeper into the Pacific Ocean, where the twilight zone gives way to a world of giants rarely seen by any living eyes. As midnight settles across the Pacific Ocean, our journey continues into a region few creatures ever reach. Far below the surface of the Pacific Ocean lies the Twilight Zone, a realm suspended between light and darkness. Only traces of sunlight survive in these ocean depths. Everything that falls from the upper ocean becomes food for life below. In the Pacific Ocean Twilight Zone, survival depends upon adaptation. Some of the ocean's most elusive giants begin to appear. Humboldt squid are among the Pacific Ocean's most formidable hunters. Within seconds, these ocean hunters can communicate through flashes of color. Even in the dim twilight of the Pacific Ocean, the hunt never stops. Yet the colossal squid are not the largest giants here. Deeper within the Pacific Ocean, something far larger is approaching through the darkness. Beyond the hunting squid, an even larger giant drifts silently through the Pacific Ocean. In these remote ocean depths, size alone can command respect.
The Pacific Ocean is home to giants that seem to fly,
rather than swim. Far from the surface ocean, giant rays continue their ancient journey through the Pacific. Every movement stirs the living lights of the Pacific Ocean.
The giant leaves the twilight behind and enters an even darker region of the ocean.
Food becomes scarce in this part of the Pacific Ocean, and every journey demands energy. Soon, even a giant can vanish within the endless Pacific Ocean. But deeper still, the Pacific Ocean reveals stranger forms of life.
And now, another giant appears in the darkness of the Pacific Ocean, larger and more mysterious than anything we have encountered so far.
Deep within the Pacific Ocean, the giant remains hidden, revealing only fragments of its true size. In these remote ocean depths, even the largest creatures can remain unseen. Slowly, the Pacific Ocean begins to reveal the identity of the giant.
The giant squid is one of the most legendary inhabitants of the Pacific Ocean.
Its enormous eyes are perfectly adapted to the darkness of the deep ocean. Every movement within the Pacific Ocean may signal opportunity or danger. The giant waits patiently within the ocean darkness. In the deep Pacific Ocean, patience can be more effective than speed.
Without warning, the giant transforms from shadow into hunter. The giant squid vanishes once more into the Pacific Ocean, but an even greater mystery still lies deeper beneath the sea. Beyond the realm of the giant squid, the Pacific Ocean descends into even greater darkness. Life becomes increasingly scarce as the ocean grows deeper.
The Pacific Ocean is shaped by a hidden landscape larger than any mountain range on land. These ocean canyons create pathways for deep water giants. Ahead, another giant waits motionless within the Pacific Ocean depths. Unlike the squid, this giant relies on patience rather than stealth.
The six-gill shark is one of the oldest surviving giants of the Pacific Ocean.
Its ancestors swam through Earth's oceans long before the age of dinosaurs ended. Even now, the Pacific Ocean continues to shelter these ancient hunters.
Yet beyond the canyon, a strange glow rises from the Pacific Ocean floor. Far below the hunting grounds of the six-gill shark, the Pacific Ocean reveals a source of light unlike any other. This light does not come from the ocean's surface, nor from any living creature. Hidden within the Pacific Ocean lies one of the most extreme ecosystems on Earth. These underwater vents create islands of life in the deep ocean darkness.
Where sunlight never reaches, life depends upon the chemistry of the ocean itself.
The Pacific Ocean supports extraordinary creatures uniquely adapted to these harsh conditions.
Around each vent, a hidden ocean civilization flourishes.
Even here, among the deepest ecosystems of the Pacific Ocean, larger giants continue to move through the sea. The vent field fades behind us as our journey continues deeper into the Pacific Ocean.
The twilight zone is now behind us. In Part 4, we enter the abyss of the Pacific Ocean,
Beyond the hydrothermal vents, the Pacific Ocean enters a realm so remote that few living creatures ever reach it.
Here in the abyssal Pacific Ocean, darkness has ruled for millions of years. Everything that survives in this ocean world depends upon the slow rain of nutrients from above. The abyssal plains of the Pacific Ocean are among the largest habitats on Earth. Life persists even in the most isolated regions of the Pacific Ocean.
Many abyssal animals survive by harvesting nutrients from the ocean floor.
But something much larger has recently passed through this part of the ocean.
The evidence suggests the presence of a giant moving across the abyss. The trail leads toward a forgotten region of the Pacific Ocean.
At the edge of the abyss, another giant finally begins to reveal itself from the depths of the Pacific Ocean. Deep within the Pacific Ocean abyss, the giant finally begins to emerge from the darkness. In a place where food is scarce, only the most efficient giants can survive. The Pacific Ocean still shelters descendants of ancient life forms.
Among the largest arthropods in the Pacific Ocean, the giant spider crab is a living relic. Its extraordinary size allows it to travel vast distances across the ocean floor.
Every movement conserves energy in the demanding environment of the deep Pacific Ocean. Nothing is wasted within the Pacific Ocean abyss.
A rare meal attracts life from across the surrounding ocean.
But the giant's journey through the Pacific Ocean is far from over.
Ahead lies one of the deepest regions of the Pacific Ocean, where an even greater mystery waits within the sea. At the edge of the trench, the Pacific Ocean reveals one of its most extreme frontiers. The trench descends far beyond the depths explored by most ocean life. Every meter deeper brings harsher conditions within the Pacific Ocean. The trench walls preserve a geological history written beneath the Pacific Ocean. Only highly specialized creatures can survive within these ocean depths. Life becomes increasingly rare as the Pacific Ocean trench deepens. Even here, the Pacific Ocean continues to support life. Yet something larger has recently passed through this remote region of the ocean.
The signs point toward a giant hidden somewhere within the trench. Deep within the trench of the Pacific Ocean, another giant waits silently beneath the sea. Hidden within one of the deepest regions of the Pacific Ocean, the giant waits in absolute silence. At these depths, the Pacific Ocean exerts crushing pressure upon every living thing. Only the faintest traces of light reveal the presence of the giant.
The sleeper shark is one of the most mysterious giants of the Pacific Ocean. Its movements are slow, conserving precious energy in the deep Pacific Ocean. Patience is the key to survival within this remote ocean world. The giant continues its ancient journey through the Pacific Ocean trench. Ahead,
Unusual lights flicker through the darkness of the Pacific Ocean. Even in the deepest Pacific Ocean, life creates moments of extraordinary beauty. Yet beyond the glowing ocean life, something even larger moves through the darkness, waiting to reveal itself. Beyond the drifting lights of the Pacific Ocean, a giant moves through the darkness with remarkable silence. The deeper we travel into the Pacific Ocean, the more elusive its giants become. Only fragments of the giant can be seen within the darkness of the Pacific Ocean. Like a shadow drifting across the ocean floor, the giant ray patrols the abyss.
In the Pacific Ocean abyss, elegance can be found even among the largest creatures. Moments later, the giant fades back into the ocean darkness.
The Pacific Ocean still stretches deeper and farther than we can imagine. Here lies one of the most isolated environments in the entire Pacific Ocean. Our descent into the abyss is nearing its end, but the Pacific Ocean still guards its greatest mysteries.
In Part 5, we begin the long journey upward through the Pacific Ocean, following the migration routes of giants.
After reaching the deepest regions of the Pacific Ocean, our journey now turns upward through the sea. Every layer of the Pacific Ocean is connected by an ancient movement of life.
Each night, billions of ocean creatures rise toward the surface in search of food. This migration links the deepest Pacific Ocean ecosystems with the waters above. The Pacific Ocean becomes a living highway of movement.
Where life gathers within the Pacific Ocean, hunters inevitably follow. For the first time since entering the abyss, traces of light return to the Pacific Ocean. The ocean above holds opportunities that do not exist in the depths. The Pacific Ocean begins to transform once again as we leave the abyss behind.
And above us, another giant is descending through the Pacific Ocean, beginning the next chapter of our journey. As we rise through the Pacific Ocean, another giant begins its descent from the waters above.
Unlike the creatures of the abyss, this giant belongs to a world between darkness and light.
The giant manta ray travels freely between different layers of the Pacific Ocean.
Its journey connects the deep Pacific Ocean with the richer waters closer to the surface. As ocean light increases, life becomes more abundant.
The Pacific Ocean provides vast feeding opportunities for gentle giants.
Each movement allows the giant to harvest food from the Pacific Ocean currents.
Soon, more giants arrive from across the Pacific Ocean.
The Pacific Ocean becomes a meeting place for travelers from distant waters. Yet above the manta rays, an even larger giant is approaching from the upper Pacific Ocean, continuing our ascent toward the sea surface. Higher within the Pacific Ocean, another giant dominates the waters above.
This giant is among the most recognizable travelers of the Pacific Ocean. The whale shark returns to our journey, connecting the deep ocean with the world above.
Despite its size, the giant remains one of the gentlest inhabitants of the Pacific Ocean.
Seasonal ocean currents create feeding opportunities across vast regions of the Pacific Ocean.
The giant filters thousands of liters of Pacific Ocean water in search of microscopic food.
In productive regions of the Pacific Ocean, multiple giants may gather together.
The gathering demonstrates the immense productivity of the Pacific Ocean ecosystem. As the feeding period ends, the giants continue their migrations across the Pacific Ocean. Ahead, one of the greatest giants of the Pacific Ocean is waiting near the sea surface, bringing our journey closer to its final chapter. As we approach the upper Pacific Ocean, one of the greatest giants in the sea comes into view. Its size dwarfs nearly every other creature within the Pacific Ocean. The blue whale returns, reminding us that the Pacific Ocean is home to the largest animal ever known. Across entire ocean basins, these giants follow ancient migration routes.
Every migration connects distant regions of the Pacific Ocean. After its long journey through the ocean, the giant returns toward the light. The boundary between the ocean depths and the world above is now only meters away. The giant breathes, reconnecting the deep Pacific Ocean with the sky above.
From above, the immense scale of the Pacific Ocean becomes clear once more. And across the Pacific Ocean, more giants are gathering, setting the stage for the final chapter of our journey.
Across the Pacific Ocean, the paths of giants begin to intersect once again.
Each giant follows its own migration route through the Pacific Ocean, yet all are connected by the same sea.
The Pacific Ocean is a stage where different giants share the same world. From the surface to the depths, every layer of the Pacific Ocean is alive with movement. The giants of the Pacific Ocean depend upon the health of an interconnected ecosystem. Ocean currents bind together distant regions of the Pacific Ocean. Every giant we have encountered is part of a much larger ocean story. Their migrations span thousands of miles across the Pacific Ocean. As the day draws to a close, the giants continue their endless ocean journey. In Part 6, our final chapter, we witness the grand migration of the Pacific Ocean giants and the future of the world's greatest sea. As the sun sets over the Pacific Ocean, the journeys of the giants continue through the sea. Across the Pacific Ocean, migration never truly ends. Guided by instincts older than human history, the giants cross the Pacific Ocean year after year. The Pacific Ocean contains invisible pathways known only to the creatures that travel them. After a night upon the ocean, a new day rises over the Pacific. The migration highways of the Pacific Ocean connect many different giants. Though their journeys differ, their lives remain tied to the rhythms of the Pacific Ocean. The scale of migration across the Pacific Ocean can only be appreciated from above. Beneath the sea, countless species move together across the Pacific Ocean. Far ahead in the Pacific Ocean, other giants are gathering, and the Great Migration is only beginning. Across the Pacific Ocean, migration routes begin to converge as giants from distant seas approach one another. The Pacific Ocean is connected by invisible highways shaped by currents, temperature, and food. For millions of years, These ocean highways have guided the movement of giants. Each giant follows the Pacific Ocean in its own way, yet all depend upon the same sea. The whale sharks have also arrived, continuing their journey across the Pacific Ocean. The Great Migration follows the food-rich currents of the Pacific Ocean. Rarely does the Pacific Ocean gather so many giants within a single ecosystem. The migration routes of the Pacific Ocean are bringing the giants closer together. From above, the Pacific Ocean appears as a living network of movement. Ahead in the Pacific Ocean, an extraordinary gathering is beginning, drawing giants from every direction of the sea. In this region of the Pacific Ocean, life gathers on a scale few places on Earth can match. The productivity of the Pacific Ocean attracts travelers from across entire ocean basins. The first giants arrive, drawn by the abundance of the Pacific Ocean. Soon, more migrants appear from distant regions of the Pacific Ocean. Different giants exploit the Pacific Ocean's resources in different ways. Together, they create one of the most spectacular gatherings in the Pacific Ocean. From the surface to the depths, the Pacific Ocean is alive with movement. The Pacific Ocean provides enough abundance to sustain many giants at once. Every giant plays a role within the balance of the Pacific Ocean. Yet this gathering is only one moment in the endless story of the Pacific Ocean and the next generation of... As the gathering fader, the Pacific Ocean continues its endless cycle of movement and renewal. The giants do not remain in one place. The Pacific Ocean calls them onward. Within the Pacific Ocean, each generation passes ancient knowledge to the next. The future of the Pacific Ocean giants begins with every new life. Across the Pacific Ocean, young whales learn the routes that their ancestors have followed for thousands of years. The story of migration belongs not only to today's giants, but also to those that will follow. Every generation depends upon the continued health of the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean connects countless habitats through an invisible network of currents. Though separated by great distances, all are part of the same ocean story. As another day draws toward its end, the Pacific Ocean prepares for one final spectacle before our journey concludes. As evening approaches across the Pacific Ocean, the giants continue their timeless journeys through the sea. Across the Pacific Ocean, ancient pathways remain alive with movement. The giants celebrate the abundance of the Pacific Ocean in different ways. From the sea surface to the deeper ocean, every layer remains connected. The Pacific Ocean continues to sustain giants of every shape and size. Together, these giants form one of the greatest migrations on Earth. Each journey is unique, yet all are woven into the story of the Pacific Ocean. Long before humans arrived, these migrations shaped life across the Pacific Ocean. The giants may appear small from this height, but their influence spans the entire Pacific Ocean. Across every wave of the Pacific Ocean, blue whales continue their ancient journeys.